I'm going to welcome everyone, and my name is Danette Goodyear. You didn't know that yet. And after the main class with Maureen, we're going to have about a 5-ish minute break, quick bathroom break, and then we're going to have a business class. And it is going to be terrific because my own Crown Diamond husband is going to teach it tonight. And he is going to be teaching how to eliminate the poverty mindset and live an abundant life. So, who needs some of that? Like many of us grow up for whatever reason with a poverty mindset, right? Can't let go, got to hold on to it. There's only limited resources. And so you're going to learn tonight that that's wrong. And that you don't have to live in that little square bubble, I would call it, because it's just, there's great things that Young Living can provide. There's great things that you can have in your life. And we don't want you to miss any of them. So that's why we're here to support you. So thanks for that. And I thought in honor of Autism Awareness Month, I would start off tonight by giving some giveaways from our church. And our church does a Special Needs Sunday in April every year for Autism Awareness Month. And some of the kids and the adults in the special needs ministry help out, and they get to, pass out bulletins. They do the offering, they sing, they play instruments, all different great things. But they also have an art sale, and they do these great little note cards that are all different with different paintings that they do. Every Tuesday morning, they have a painting class. Andrea's son is one of the stars. And so we love that, and then we have some notebooks. One of his paintings is in the new card set. This one. Excellent. So she'll sign in the back for you if you want. So tonight we are going to talk about Lose the Label, Young Living Essential Oils for Sensitive Systems. And you're going to hear all sorts of great things about sensitive systems tonight. And my friend Maureen Bordelon, we've known each other for 10 years-ish, yeah. And she's just been a godsend to many in this room, as well as to us for sure. Her concerned and thoughtful sharing of her own family struggles and successes, right, which leads her to her wisdom of today. She's a great mom of 3, a book author. She is an advocate, very active in different communities, and a writer for the Dallas Morning News. I don't know if you knew that. And a Young Living essential oil user for the last 10 years. So she just has a little bit of experience, and she uses them every day, throughout the day, and that's how you get to know your oils, is just using them. Some people go, how do you know all that stuff? Well, yeah, there's book learning involved. There's coming to things and learning that way, but there's really using them and seeing how they work with your family. So in her passionate pursuit of healthy living, emotional and physical support and coping systems for her younger son, she has become a beacon of hope and direction for many of you in this room, right, in your own family's journey. If I got to, you got to. So it's my privilege to welcome Maureen Bordelon. I love you. Okay, there's an oil for that. I'm sure. Matter of fact, we'll be talking some to this anyway. Okay, Jim, is this good? Gary? Thank you. Well, thank you, Danette, for having me here. And, yeah, it's kind of loud. Is it loud to everybody? Too loud? Better? Okay, good. Too loud. Okay, I've never been told I was too loud. Wow, that was neat. I like it. But no, thank you so much for having me here. And you guys, I want to do a little round of applause for Gary, who does the video every time, so people who don't make it can watch this. So thank you, Gary. I'm doing that now because I'm going to be moving so much. He's going to be cursing me later on editing. So, okay, welcome. Danette did a great introduction. That's who I am. That's what I do. Our third child is amazing. He's a miracle boy. And my daughter, my second child, back in the back, Danielle. So she's going to kill me with that later on. And then my oldest is in California
Graduated college this last December, and he's already in Hollywood doing his thing, so good for him. But Jonathan threw us a curveball, and with that we had to start thinking out of the box on doing some natural remedies to help support his immune system and digestive system, all his body systems, right? And but keep it maintained into a wellness zone. And so the wellness zone is like something we just have as a mantra in our house. So I want you guys to be thinking that too tonight. Did everybody get a postcard? An index card? Okay. So what I want you to do is, everybody have a pen. I want you to pull out a pen, and I want you to take your index card. And I'm going to test you. No, I'm kidding. Come on. And what I want you to do is, on your card, on one side, I want you to put one word of why you're here at this class tonight. What one word has your loved one been labeled with, or yourself, or your spouse? Whatever you're here for tonight, I want you to put that one word of what they've been labeled as with today's society and perception. Don't say it out loud, because I'm going to guess them. No, I'm kidding. But just write it down. Everybody do it? Everybody step back? No. Okay. So now what I want you to do is turn it over. And on the back side, I want you to make a cross like this. And in the top left corner, I want you to write digestion. Top right corner, I want you to write immune and lymphatic. Kind of squish it in together. Bottom left corner, I want you to write respiratory. On the bottom right corner, I want you to write nervous system. Okay, everybody has it? Okay, what I want you to do is flip the card back over to where you have your one word. And I want you to put a big old cross right there and cross it out, because you are going to be losing that label tonight. Okay? You're not going to think about that word. You're not going to think about that topic. You're not going to think about that label, because you're not going to be thinking like that anymore. Because when you are sitting there, and this is my experience, when you're sitting there trying to get your family or yourself on the wellness path, and you stay stuck in that label, you're stuck. You're not going to get out of it. And what the best way to do to approach any sort of wellness plan, or boost your immune system and work on your body systems, is to target those body systems, right? Because if you've got a label, fine, but you've got to sit there and work on the things that gave you that label in the first place. Okay? So you're going to be breaking it apart tonight. So tonight we're going to be looking at some of those topics and a lot of other ones. I need to go ahead and just say it. I am not a doctor. I know you thought I was, and I appreciate that. My stethoscope is in the car. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a biologist. I'm not here to diagnose or prevent or treat any diseases or anything. I'm just here to share. And that's what I love doing, because 11 years ago, I think it was like 11 years, I was looking, we're cleaning our house, we're moving, so I'm going back, and all of a sudden there's North Texas Dynamics bills and stuff, and it was back to 05, 04, yeah, so a long time ago. We were in Jeanette's office, and that's kind of where it all started. Is Jonathan was doing a little test, and he was very energetic, and so my husband David said, come over and sit on my lap, and he just wouldn't do it. He was excited about being in the room, and the puppies and the cats and all that stuff. So anyway, Jeanette just said, hey, you know what? Hold on. It could have been, yeah. Patience of Job over there. 45 minutes later, and she's right. She just said, hey, come here, Jonathan, here, smell this really quick. And he smelled it, and and then he kind of walked away, and then he came back over and he smelled it again, just out of the bottle. And then, I don't even know, under a minute. David said, hey, come here, come back on my lap, and let's try and do this again. And walked right over, plopped up on his lap, and we did the entire hour-long testing. And I looked at her and I go, what's in that? I want a vat of that stuff. And it was peace and calming. And it was the prettiest green bottle I've ever seen in my life. And that's when I knew. I was like, wow, I really need to figure out, they're natural. And that's when, I asked Annette some advice and stuff on our little journey. And then she started telling me about Young Living essential oils, and I totally trusted her. When you sit there and you don't have to find and research everything all on your own, and you get a trusted advisor, and that's what Danette was for me, and I never looked back, and we just have had an amazing journey since then. Both Danette and I, but really, no, my family and Jonathan and stuff, and we've actually succeeded in getting him through a lot of the hurdles in life. And so, okay. All right, so lose the label, essential oils for sensitive systems. Does everybody have their index cards? All right. I can do much with it, but you're just going to keep them because you're going to get rid of the label. Okay. I do want to say one other thing. Christy Dempsey's here, right? Okay. So Christy Dempsey posted something on the Facebook. I think it was just your private one or something, but I was laughing so hard because it was about a video on AARP, right? The video about how people perceive age and things like that. And it made me think, oh my God, that's such a label. You're so right, And I'm turning, my birthday's next 60th April, because I just got these cards, so thank you very much. Well, I wanted to bring my label that I'm going to be tearing up later on. AARP sent me, and I thought, I'm not getting labeled. No way. So I'm turning 50 next week. And I just thought, is that when you get the card? When you get the card. Yeah, Danette doesn't know. She doesn't know. I've got a year on her. So it's like but anyway, so this is my label I'm tossing when I get home. So, okay. All right. Okay, this is pretty much me. We've already gone over that. This is Jonathan. Here's my cute little angel boy. And he is amazing. Once again, once we started addressing all of the body systems and everything, I started getting progress and knowing what to do with them to help boost his immune systems and just kind of get that wellness path back on track. This is something that we talked about with, just what I said with Danette and everything, but the oils really can and will help you. And one of the things that I love about the essential oils is just basically the absorption and ease of use and they're safe for any ages. Certain oils, hey Nicole Wallace, how are you? I saw you sneaking in. Anyway, any oil and stuff, you always want to read the label and everything, and there's certain oils you can't use on certain systems because either it's age or sensitivity. But does everybody know what I talk about when I say sensitive system? Raise your hand if you know what I'm meaning by sensitive system. Okay, raise your hand if you don't know what I mean by sensitive system. Okay, that's a lot of people. Okay, what do you think it means? Yeah, he says, okay, he's saying somebody who might be sensitive to the oils may not need them as much and might be sensitive to outside influence. Sensitivity. It's that. It's what you think it is. It's the same thing. To me, it is where my son actually cannot do over-the-counter products and stuff because they kind of turn him into a tailspin. And so he's extremely sensitive to environmental situations, toxins, and stuff like that, the season changing, things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what sensitive systems means to me. I know it's going to be different for everybody, but that's why it should. because it should be you addressing the situation to yourself. Okay? Okay. Here's my family. And these are the early years. It's hard to get a picture with all of us looking in one direction. But you'll see later on, those days are over and they've changed. The other thing about having the sensitive system, kind of what you were saying on that level, what I found, and it was great, Danielle was pretty much the guinea pig on me because she's 18 months older than Jonathan, so whatever I really gave her, I did for Jonathan. Well, it was like 1 drop would be 10 on Jonathan's system. And so that was a huge learning curve for me because you're reading a label and you are using that guidance, but with, again, my experience, but with children with sensitive systems, you really need to go slow and low. And I will be saying that so many times tonight, you're going to be so tired of it. As a matter of fact, I want y'all to say it. Low and low. Very good. You even went low with the low. I like that. Okay. So it's always easy to build up instead of trying something that might be an onslaught on the system. And so anyway, one of the other things I talk about is I get a journal. And I don't, if you think you're a seasoned oiler, I think that's amazing. And you have a memory of an elephant, that's phenomenal. You must use a lot of clarity and frankincense, and that's impressive. But I must say, get a journal because you're going to want to keep track of every single dose and who you give it to and what oil you're using until you get a routine down. And a routine will only probably take a week, but still get that down. And then you can always go back and use it for your reference when you're hitting another body system. Okay? So, all right. I'm sorry, Jim's letting me use his computer, so I'm being kind of slow about it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, let's get geeky about frequencies. I know, right? Okay, and remember, I'm not a scientist, so this is really going to be fun, right? All right, so frequencies. It's like energy, right? Energy, the best way I can get it to come to my head on describing stuff is we're all made up of frequencies that can be measured in megahertz, which is great. It's like a computer. That's the first time I ever heard the word megahertz was when, they had the old Hewlett-Packard boxes and stuff like that at the Java, and I was like, 320 megahertz. Wow, this is the fastest computer in the world. Not anymore, I know. But anyway, megahertz is energy, right? So we're all made up of energy. And one of the things I found out that was so amazing is, like all living things, essential oils have a frequency or energy level containing hundreds of molecular chemical compounds. How these amazing oils help support us is by a unique ability to penetrate cell membranes and circulate throughout the body to support a healthy immune system. Clinical research shows that essential oils, which have the highest frequency of any natural substance known to mankind, the highest frequency of any substance known to mankind. Now, I did find that in a study, but if you go out there in the internet, you'll find all sorts of studies. And if you go to like PubMed.gov, tons of studies on, and that's where I found this information. To have the ability to maintain an optimal health frequency. So how amazing is it that these oils have the highest frequency known to mankind? For mankind, we need the oils, right? Absorbing, ease of use. That's why they were working so well. That's why when doctors would give me medicine for Jonathan or, his gut or his respiratory system or something like that, it didn't help him. It just wasn't working. And we would go to a different one and a different one. The yeast feast. Oh my gosh, we did so many yeast things and stuff. We would do all that. And then I tried essential oils and I couldn't believe literally, honestly, I know it sounds like magic, but in 2 days, the issue totally cleared up. And knowing that the frequencies are part of the game just explained it all to me. That's when it got all cool and geeky and fun. So right here, I found this amazing chart that my daughter recreated for me. And here are the megahertz of Young Living's essential oils. So, with sensitive systems, you need to use these. I love this because it's like a great reference sheet. Where you can sit there and, like, I used peppermint tonight. Peppermint has a 78 megahertz, right? And you're sitting there going, well, wait a minute. Rose has the highest. Rose has 320. Oh, Idaho Blue Spruce, yes. Wait, come on up here. You're ahead of me. Well, that's why when I first did it, Rose was the highest, and then I found this, I was like, oh my gosh, Idaho Blue Spruce is 428. And this is all measured through Bruce Tanio's, machine and all this other stuff. So it's like very scientific, geeky stuff. But I was sitting there going, okay, if I'm not feeling, my best, and I want to go ahead and just keep maintaining my energy level for the day and stuff, I'll grab some Rose. Well, with my son, we found out when a tornado hit, and we were in a hyperbaric chamber. Does anybody know what a hyperbaric chamber is? Okay, so you get into this big chamber, and you do these dives, and it helps circulate the body systems and stuff on a cellular level. And I had peppermint because it helps with the dive. It helps bring the environment into a very calming situation, and it also helps with popping my ears. So anyway, it helps with that respiratory and nervous system. So peppermint was on my son, and he came out of the H-spot, and we're seeing hail, and the tornadoes are going, and the sirens going. I'm a little stressed out. I'm sitting here going, well, you can't just jump out of a hyperbaric chamber. It has to do once you go down in a dive from air pressure, you have to wait for the pressure to come back up. So it takes about 5 to 6 minutes. Well, I'm hearing the hail come through in the window, and the mom who was there looking in the window, she goes, oh, it's okay, it's just a tornado. And I'm sitting here going, that's not okay, let's get out of here. And she's like, okay, well, we got to get the pressure up and everything. So we're doing this, right? And Jonathan was just still a very chill pill. I mean, I had like peppermint because we were ascending faster in the air pressure. I wanted to really get peppermint all over his feet and on his chest and his esophagus and all this whole skin area, and myself. And we get out, and he goes into the living space, sits down, and starts doing his iPad. And I'm like going, what just happened here? Peppermint? Peppermint's supposed to, get you revved up. Peppermint's supposed to, pick up your energy level and all this other stuff. It didn't. You know what it did? You know what peppermint is? It's a balancer. It's a 78 megahertz. So perfect, healthy, balanced human megahertz is between 65 and 80. Okay? Anything below, you're off the wellness path. And then you just don't even want to go below, I think it's 58 or 48, like right in that realm. So that's what I thought was amazing. I thought, well, the peppermint totally balanced him out. So where he was the chillest pill in the room, and we're all sitting there dealing with a tornado. So anyway, love the frequency as a graph kind of measurement thing to go back to, reference and stuff like that. And peppermint is, I hate saying favorite oil. Who has a favorite oil? No. What's your favorite oil? Okay. See, that's like saying I have a favorite kid. It's hard. Oh, okay. Okay. So now you have like a new favorite until the other favorite comes back, right? So like, yeah. So you're my favorite. You're my favorite daughter right there. Pardon me? Is your favorite? Oh, that's smart. Okay, you're right. There you go. Whichever one you grab first. I love that too. Well, that's why I really hate saying I have, so-and-so is my favorite oil. It's because I have so many. I will say that I am never, ever, 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 ever without peppermint. So peppermint is a mainstay, always, always in my purse. I've always got it stocked up. And then I have some other big time favorites. But peppermint is an absolute amazing oil to keep with you at all times, to keep you balanced and to keep you maintaining that awesome day you're having, and now they've got the vitality. Who all knows about the vitality oils? Yay! All right, suck that down. Put a drop under your tongue, the vitality one, and it's amazing. Okay, so did you guys all, let me scroll up a little bit more. Can't forget the white angelica. Love that. Okay, isn't that wild? I just love knowing all the stuff. So there's the geeky that I love about the frequencies. Okay. And again here, this is what I already said is get a journal no matter what. Even if you are already in the middle of a routine you're doing and stuff, write it down, start a new journal, and keep track of all the dosing and applications you're doing. Okay. So precautions, I know that when Jeanette was asking who's new to the whole wave thing, who's drove the furthest and everything, you guys are probably seasoned in the fact that you know precautions. There are different ones with sensitive systems. Mentioned before, like 1 drop to my son can be 10, in volume and intensity and stuff. So one of the things I like to go ahead and just tell everybody is go slow and low. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's slow and low. Slow and low. No, you can switch it up when you get home. But tonight's slow and low. And then with that same journal that you're going to start doing the doses and stuff like that, you're going to do a separate column, and you're going to go ahead and just start putting down what you're seeing. Good, bad, whatever, it doesn't really matter, but you want to go ahead and write down what is it that you're seeing, because you're implementing your diet with all of this too, right? And you're implementing environment and everything along with your oils. So you're going to want to write all the stuff down, because you never really know what is going to trigger a sensitive system to kind of throw you a curveball that day. So you'll have that written down. Do not introduce too many oils or supplements at one time. This way you can monitor the reactions accurately. What I mean by that is Andrea's favorite is brain power. Brain power is powerful, And so I would just stick to just trying that and not try to add frankincense with a brain power application. So when you're using a blend, does everybody know what a blend is? Okay. What is it? What's an oil blend? Yep. Okay. Did everybody hear that? It's just a mix. You're going to be mixing single oils together, making a blend. Well, some of these blends, okay, let me just read what Clarity has, one of my favorite blends. And I'm skipping ahead, but I was writing down what it had, and I ran off my page because I had so many. So we have in a blend named Clarity, we have basil, cardamom, rosemary, peppermint, rosewood, geranium, lemon, palmarosa, ylang ylang, bergamot, Roman chamomile, jasmine. Oh, and that's it. That was good. Who was counting? Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so that's a lot. So when you're going to go ahead and get 1 bottle of Clarity, which I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay. And use 1 drop. You're using a drop of all those other oils with it. Now, it's not as intense as using a single oil, right? But just keep it in mind. So you want to introduce a blend by itself, and then even when you're using singles, you might want to space them out. Because does anybody know how long it takes for an oil to absorb into the system? You want to tell them? Well, it takes 15 minutes is what I learned from Dr. Minky, right? Okay. So your person with a sensitive system, it might even come in faster and more intense. So again, when you're going to be introducing even singles, space it out 30 minutes if you want. If you don't see a big difference and stuff, then bring them together. And then you can go ahead and pair them and layer them on each other and stuff like that. Just be cautious of how you are applying and giving these oils. Be specific on where you apply the essential oils for optimum results. When necessary, and that's where, we're going to hit body systems and stuff like that. And I do have a few favorite places I like to apply the oils on my family. And be specific on, I already said that, sorry. When necessary, essential oils should be diluted with a fatty carrier oil like organic avocado, olive oil, jojoba, apricot, or unrefined coconut oil. So the carrier oil, everybody knows, right? Does it dilute the essential oil? Good. See, that was a trick question. It does not. It carries it. It spreads it out, but it doesn't dilute the essential oil strength. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I'm going to do an ointment, and I'm going to use more carrier oil so I can go ahead and use more essential oil on my sensitive system recipient, don't think that way. Because all you're going to be doing is carrying that more oil you're applying on the essential oil level with the carrier oil. And you're going to be spreading it out more, but it's still going to be the same potency. Okay. And by the way, apricot's one of my new favorite carrier oils. Very light, absorbs super fast. I use it for nighttime. And it's not why I got the zit on my nose though right now. That's just because I was doing this presentation and my body knew it. So I was like, oh. But it's usually very light and everything. And then avocado oil is a great oil that really I think it holds the essential oil power and potency very well. And coconut oil is a great digestive carrier oil on its own, right? So it's a great one to use with your digestive system things you're going to be targeting. Okay. Sorry about that, Lee. Sounds like I just fell on you. I didn't. All right. Okay. Then this all just kind of goes into the same generic type precautions. But again, when you are having any health concerns, check with your healthcare practitioner before you change up anything in your health routine. Okay? Just everybody knows that, right? So, because if you have health conditions, you need to understand that these essential oils are powerful little suckers, and they are going to maybe change the frequency of your already existing wellness plan. Okay, so make sure you are cautious about that. Spread out. You can always spread stuff out from time frames. If you're normally taking something you take every day already, and you want to introduce essential oils or a new essential oil, spread it out. Give it 2-3 hours. Talk to your healthcare practitioner. They might have a better routine plan. Okay. Some essential oils contain phenols, which may be a caution for sensitive systems. And this is so cool. Okay, some phenol oils that, some essential oils that are in the phenol classification are these. And these are basil, clove, fennel, oregano, tarragon, thyme, mountain savory, peppermint. Okay, that's why you gotta be careful with it, but use it. Tea tree, calamus, cinnamon bark, citronella, mejoram, nutmeg, eucalyptus, Cypriodora. I use Globius all the time, so sorry, that was parsley, wintergreen, or lemon. Okay. Again, just caution. Just, write these things down. Same thing if you are pregnant or with infants or very young children. There is an oiler author named Deborah Rayburn, and she has a great book called Gentle Babies out there. And I love it. I just love it. It's I think any educational tool you can get your hands on, do. Obviously, you guys are here tonight. So you want education, you want knowledge. Knowledge is power. And so Deborah Rayburn's book is really informative. I didn't use it when I was pregnant because those days were over. I already had my little one run around in our office when I got into Young Living. But I still use the book because of the sensitive system approach. Gentle system stuff. Okay. And then, of course, the essential reference guide has a lot of the precautions in it, too. So does everybody have a essential oil reference guide? Okay, raise your hand. Thank you. Okay, good. You're all smart. I love it. I just didn't want to be the only one with my hand raised. That's all I did. Okay, here are the carrier oils, and whoops, sorry. Let me just get back to you guys and see the full list. There we go. Okay, rose hip, sesame oil. These are all great, great, great skin oils. Okay. All right. So just the basic, once again, have 3 favorite ways everybody likes to use their oils. Aromatically, which is inhaling, topically, and then ingesting. Ingesting now, of course, I've already said it, but the Vitality line is the easiest way to get those essential oils into your body and ingest them that way. Real quick, I'm just going to tell you how my Superman and I do our...
Hi, we're here. We're going to show you how we use our essential oils aromatically and otherwise inhaling. So we get our oil, our essential oil, and put a couple drops in. And then circulate it. And I smell first. Your turn. Smell good?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more. And that's how we do it.
Okay, so don't you want to find any opportunity to get a snuggle? I mean, he's 15 now, and I'm just like thinking any day now it's going to be, whatever, Mom. And so anyway, it's always fun to interact the oils with your child and your family. I mean, why not, right? So, we were at the doctor's office, by the way, and he wasn't anxious or any nervousness or anything like that, but he was bored. So I thought, hey, let's get an oil, and sure enough, it just picked the whole, rhythm up, and it was a great office appointment. I wish I had had makeup on, though, before I knew I was doing the video, but that's what this is for tonight for you all. So different. Yeah. White Angelica. Yeah, another one I carry all the time. White Angelica. But what I usually do, if there is if I need to really get in there fast with White Angelica and help Jonathan maintain his decorum, and everything, I do the same thing, I cup, and then I put it over his ears. The ears have all these really cool pressure points on the emotional scale, and a lot like acupressure points are on the feet that we'll talk about, the ears are the emotional centers, or so they say. But it works in our case. So I cup it over his ears, and we do a little, breathing and pray. We do a little Kuso prayer and stuff, and, we'll do whatever you want to do, a little mantra and stuff, and that's fun. And it's really cool. White Angelica is definitely one of my favorites. I know. I'm going to say that all night long. Okay, and then our topical application. This is where I'm going to be pausing before I speak because I put oils on everywhere. I really do. And, not everywhere. I know what you're thinking now, too. Don't think that. No, I'm not thinking that. Should I tell the story about the tea tree? No, I won't tell the story about the tea tree. No, that's for small little classes, not things being recorded. But yeah, I don't put them everywhere. But one of my favorite places to apply essential oils is on the cranial sutures, where I feel that the essential oil gets in and absorbs very well for Jonathan, and it helps him focus and concentrate before we do any reading for schoolwork. And right here we were getting ready to do our, we call them workbooks, so it's, I think that day we were doing math, and he just wanted his oils, and I was like, let's get up and take a picture and a video of it real quick so I can show you what we do. And what we do is we do however many drops he actually tells me, and he wanted 3. Now remember, we've been using oils for a long time. So we start with 1, go low and low, thank you, and build up. And we rub it in, and then we go from the top of the hairline, and we rub it all the way back to the base of the skull. And that helps get into that nervous system too, right? You got the skeletal system, nervous system. And he loves it, and it helps us really concentrate and have a great day at home school, mama school. This is when we were using frankincense, but Andrea would be using brain power. So again, and cedarwood, yeah, that's a good one too. I have a list of great oils for focused concentration. So this is just again topical, and then internally, make a capsule. Does anybody here make their capsule of oil every day? Take it every day? You do? Okay. What do you make yours of? Yeah, with the glasses and the white top. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, what do you make yours of? Ah, there you go. See? And it really helps. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Anybody else want to share what they make their capsules out of? Yeah. Ooh. A full one. You don't have a sensitive system. That's good. Yeah. So and it really helps. Okay. There we go. Okay. So everybody. Well, I'm glad you asked. And this is your first time here. I'm impressed. Great question. Okay. Well, if your kid can't swallow a capsule, what you can do is you can put it in water or juice or smoothie. If it's, pardon? Sure. I mean, you know what we do is we do what we call green juice in our house, and I make it probably every fourth, fifth morning, and it's with aloe vera juice. So you can get flavored aloe vera juice, which is phenomenal for the esophagus, right? For coating the inside and everything and keeping things done. It's also great for keeping your pH levels balanced. You can go ahead and use cranberry juice. That kind of has a strong taste to it, right? Put some sparkling water in it if you want to make it kind of bubbly and fun. But the essential oil, you know, it depends on what you're going to use, how strong it is. Usually you can hide it in a smoothie, you know. I mean, but always make sure if it's, I just use glass containers anyway, but, you know, especially citrus oils, you want to use glass containers because it'll plow through that plastic pretty darn fast, and it'll be all over your table, and it won't be fun. As a matter of fact, one of my girlfriends who just started using oils, she was all excited. Her husband grabbed seeds. Erica, come. He put a drop of seeds in his coffee and took it to work and everything. And he called Erica and he goes, well, I just ruined my computer. And she's like, what happened? He goes, well, I had my cup of coffee, you know, and he had one of those. It wasn't styrofoam, but it was the plastic coated one. And he had put one drop of seeds in, took a cup. It had gone through the whole bottom because it's potent, right? But, you know, it's killing those petrochemicals. That's pretty good. So glass containers and then ceramic, you know, if you're going to do coffee, as long as you drink it pretty fast. I don't think, have there been problems with ceramic? Okay, so ceramic again too. But put it in a smoothie if your child can't swallow capsules yet. But I'm telling you what, and a spoon of honey. Organic honey is one of the best ones. You put a little divot in it and then the oil and then put it right in. With love. Total love. Okay, and then here are some of those, my favorite vitality oils. Basil, clove, digize. It is digize. Somebody corrected me and I thought, my gosh, I think for 7 years I've been saying it wrong. And I haven't, just so good. Hey, great, now I'm teaching a class and I'm saying it right. So, lemon, orange, peppermint, and peach. So these are great. And there's a whole, I'm sorry? Well, okay, you know what? These are my favorites. So, I'm glad that's yours, Kathy. No, Copaiba. But there's if you go to the Young Living website. All right, mink oil lady, we got it. No. When you go to the Young Living website, if you type in under products and it goes to essential oils, right? And then under the essential oils is dietary. And that has the entire line of Vitality dietary oil. And Copaiba is there. So it's good in all these too. And a couple more. So like oregano and stuff. But see, oregano is not like my favorite Vitality oil because it's hot and spicy, and I'm Irish. I don't have enough Italian in me, so, I go with more of the peppermint and the orange. All right. Just a quick list on where to put the oils. The acupressure body points, the body systems, the limbic system in the brain, the chakras, the hore body clock, the belly button, and the brain. And the limbic system and the brain are different. Limbic system, the best way, well, I'll get to that, sorry. I'm ahead of myself, sorry. Okay, so acupressure body points. Has everybody seen this? Because it's in one of those reference oil books I bet you've got, right? And my favorite one is smack dab in the middle. So I love this. And I think it's amazing how accurate it can be, And if you don't want to sit there and try and learn this is where, especially on your child, there's things like this too. You just grab it, rub it off, you're done. You get every organ in there. You're all set. Isn't that great? Right? Picky, you can do a little pressure here and a pressure there, but honestly, just rub-a-dub-dub, you're good. Okay. And then, this is something I learned not long ago. So on the top, don't forget the top. It's really a great, in my house, it's where we do like a lot of the respiratory oils and stuff too. It's on top of the feet and stuff. All right, body systems. You've got the immune and lymphatic. I put those together. Technically, they're two different ones, but I don't have a lot of time in my life, and so I like to lump things together. So immune and lymphatic, I lump it together. Respiratory, digestive, nervous, cardiovascular, urinary. All right. I'm not a doctor, right? So 5 syllables or more, I'm just toast. I totally am. Okay. Integumentary. Okay. There we go. Yeah. How many? Okay. There's 12. That's right. Muscular, skeletal, reproductive, and endocrine. Okay? These are your systems. Look them up if you don't know what they pertain to and everything. And we'll go over a few of them, but only the ones that I feel really pertain to what we're talking about tonight. Chakras of the body. Has anybody ever addressed, or does anybody know what a chakra is? Okay. Back to the geeky stuff about energy. There's tons of cultures in the world, and I think that's what makes this world amazing. And one of these cultures really does things. It's from the ancient Indian culture, where the chakras all bring the energy of the body together. And we'll go more into it and everything, but I think it's fascinating to go ahead and look at all opportunities to be able to apply the oils and support your system. The Hore clock is the AKA meridian cycle. Anybody know about that? Ancient Chinese proverb? No, ancient Chinese tradition is the meridian cycle, which when I was doing a treatment called NATE, this is where I tried to find research to back it up, but I was informed there's a 25-hour meridian cycle, and that's not what I found out in the charts and stuff. So let's go between 24 and 25 hours, But I made it real easy for you to go ahead and just look at the time. So if you're sitting there, and I like red wine. Does anybody like red wine? I do. I like red wine. I don't like it anymore, but I used to like it. And I would drink it, probably a glass with dinner, maybe one more after, watching a movie or something like that, Friday, Saturday night. Well, I found that I was starting to wake up consistently when I would have the wine. I finally figured that was the wine. About 3 to 5 in the morning, depending on the stuff. So I was sitting there going, I was looking at the meridian cycle, and look at what time between 1 and 3 is the liver. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I started applying oils before I went to bed. Does everybody know where your liver is on your body? Okay, so if you put an oil right here, you can probably get your liver too, right? Behind the right rib cage. So I put cypress there, and I started sleeping through the night and not getting up. So I really thought, how cool is it to be able to kind of figure out and pinpoint from your journal, because you're writing everything down, right? Right? Y'all are writing everything down? Right. So you can sit there and see what your diet is, what you're eating that night, if you've got a lot of sugar. And that was the thing about the wine, is just the sugar in the wine. Had nothing to do with the alcohol, right? No, nothing. But your body sits there and tries to detox and all this other stuff. Well, it woke me up. So using an oil helped kind of get my liver detoxing on its own gently to where I just still stayed asleep. So it was really good. I did stop the wine though, just to make sure it was the wine. That's how I knew it was the wine, so I stopped the wine. But anyway, using the essential oils with Meridian Clock, you can really target what organ you're wanting to support. Okay? And then belly button. Has anybody ever put an essential oil in a belly button? Yeah. Don't say brain power. Whatever oil do you use? I'm sorry, you can say brain power, Andrea. Go ahead. Oh, I like that. She said surrender. That's interesting. So an emotional. I like that. Yes, I love that. Okay. Somebody else raise their hand over there? Anybody? Any belly button oilers over there? Okay. Which one? Oh, that's an interesting belly button area. No, no, I'm kidding. Okay, that's okay. Well, this belly button can be used. This one, sure, if it works for you, you can use the belly button back here too. Oh, that's nice. You know that, I think that correlates with the sacral chakra too, right? Right? Did you say below the belly button? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, see? Here are all these cool oils you can put in your belly button, and you just thought it was there for bikini weather. My belly button has not seen a bikini in years, but it has seen an essential oil, and it is nice. So try that tonight before you go to bed. Pick out one of your favorite essential oils and throw a drop in your belly button, and you'll be surprised. Okay. This is how I thought about it, and I'm sure it's like in documents everywhere, but what it was is, wasn't the best student in Biology 101. I know you would know that from me teaching so scientifically and freaky on the geeky. But, in utero, the umbilical cord is our way of nutrition, right? So I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great if putting an essential oil in a direct line that could go right into the body system where our first form of nutrition came from. Bam! Isn't that cool? Surrender. I'm going to go do surrender tonight. I like that. Oh, okay. There's a precaution right now we've been learning here about surrender. So Andrea says, be careful. So, surrender. That's right. Okay. So in other words, you just need to make sure that you've got every base covered before you use surrender in your belly button, right? All right, good to know. That's why we're here. We're learning. I love it. Okay, and then the brain, obviously, one of the most amazing organs in the body, and one of the most complex. It has been in my experience. I will sit there and I will feel so confident that I have figured out the best oil for application to target, our plan of action that day. And I do. And then I'll get so excited because I've written it down, right? It's in my journal. I know what I did. I know what oil I used. I know how much I used. And I turn around and I will do it the next day and I wouldn't have the same result. This is why the sensitive system is so important to understand. This is also why you can try another oil. So this is where you're going to be really using all of these oils for the brain, and you can use them in all this application. These are the areas that are just general. You can Google any sort of thing you want. But movement, creative thought, intellect and judgment, emotional, memories, visual, verbal, speech, tactile. These are all areas of the brain. Well, there's the memory, so this is your limbic system, right? And anyway, inhaling essential oils can get there just as fast. But don't forget about application. So play with it. See which really is, like the one I was doing frankincense on Jonathan's head. It's routine too, of a comfort level for your loved ones that you're getting the oils too. They feel it. They feel loved. They feel like they're getting some support and helping them maintain their health, and they are. So look at that, brain power. I know, right? Cedarwood, Clarity, which has all those 12 oils, frankincense, Genius, and Reconnect are part of a kit. I don't believe you can get them individually. Wait, we got news. Wait, what? Oh, they do now? Okay. Because I said that one time and somebody was like, no, it's all in the kit. And I was like, okay, so now I wait. I asked the big diamonds over here, the royal crowns and stuff. They know the info. So yes, you can get those. Okay, so they're part of a kit. They're part of a kit called the Reconnect Collection that has its own little protocol and everything, which is very easy to use and awesome. But then you can get them individually now. Peppermint, lavender, and Vidivir. Who all here has used Vidivir before? I love Vidivir. I do. I'd like to say it's a favorite, but then all the other ones will get jealous. So I can't say that. But do you want to tell them how you warm up your Vidivir, please? So it's sappy, right? It's really sappy. So no, I won't do that to Lee. I put her on the spot, and but no, it's okay. That's an act out kind of thing, and that's for another class, right? So anyway, Vidivir is really sappy. And I remember when I got my first one, I called Young Living, and it was, probably, 7-8 years ago. And I said, my oil's broken. And she goes, what do you mean? And I said, it's not coming out. And back then, it was hard to see if oil were in the bottles, right? So I tore off the label and everything, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's in there, but it's broken. It's not coming out. And she said, well, hold in your hand for about 5 minutes, and then if it doesn't come out, call me back. I did not call her back. That was the stupidest thing. I was like, I'm not going to call her back, because all I did is I held it in my hand, and the warmth from your hand warms up the Vidivir, and then it's not broken anymore. So you can. But what I love about Vidivir is it's so sappy. It's a phenomenal oil to apply to the base of the neck, and it stays on for a whole school day. So, and it smells good. Well, I don't know. Some people don't like the smell of it, and it did wear them. I mean, oh my God, it smells really good. It adapts to the body's chemistry, and it doesn't get as musky. But if it is for the boys, throw that Vidivir on them, especially when they hit puberty, because you need everything to cover up that boy natural body odor stuff, right? So Vidivir is awesome. So, yeah.